Taking a look at the 2020 PSAC Indoor Track and Field Championships on the women's side, head coach Dave Osanitsch, thanks again for joining me for another preview this year.
Bill, it's always an honor to do these previews with you year after year.
They're a blast, certainly.
Absolutely.
Taking a look at the women's side, and the first point I want to touch on is you have a total of 4 returning scorers on the women's side from previous years. You have so much new blood on this team and an infusion of young talent. What do you expect from that squad this year, just in terms of the fact that for many of them this might be their first rodeo?
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what this team can do. We kind of starting to put this team together. There's a little bit of mix of some upperclassmen, but it's a very young team. So I think they're going to get a lot of good experience this weekend. I don't think we could get them more prepared than they are. I think our taper is perfect. I think everything building in has been really good. For the most part, we're really healthy. So I'm excited to just let them go out there, compete, and see where they stack up against the conference.
And one of the things considering this year is that it's a conference race that is wide open. So the opportunity is there for countless schools to at least put what they have on the table and see what happens.
Bill, in all my years, going close to 17 years in the conference, I have never seen it this way. The conference on the women's side is completely wide open. I can see 5 different schools possibly winning the conference championship. It's going to depend on each of those schools' top 2 or 3 individuals to see how they perform, and that's who's going to decide who the 2020 Indoor PSAC champion is. That's how close it's going to be. I don't believe that the conference champions team will score over 100 points. I think it may only be 90 points, and I think there's going to be just a bevy of teams from 90, 95 points to like 70 points. And it's going to be very exciting for fans because truly there are some schools that haven't had a chance or had the opportunity to win a conference championship. They may. I truly believe that it's anybody's game, and it's just going to be who shows up over the weekend.
Is that a case then potentially from Shippensburg's standpoint that with several of these people being green, just go out there, do your thing?
There's no pressure. I think we have some really, really spectacular top-end talent who are seated high and I think will do well. And then I think we have a lot of younger athletes, women, that are right off the cusp of the scoring table that if they would have great meets, they could get us into the mix. I don't want to put any kind of pressure on anybody or anything like that, but at the same time, I really feel that the opportunity is there for whatever team wants it the most. And if that's us and we have an opportunity, I hope we get into the fight with everybody.
You mentioned some of those key impact athletes on your women's side, and from a veteran standpoint, you have several people, I think of Zara Williams and Rachel Bruno and some of those people, even Kate Matriciano with some experience have some of that experience that you're going to need to sort of rely on them rather heavily in that standpoint of the veteran coming out and doing what they can do this weekend.
Yeah, Zara, I'm really excited for Miss Williams this weekend. I think she's about to hit it just at the right time. She's gonna put something out there. She looks great. We just haven't hit the runway just right yet on the board and things of that nature, so I'm excited for her. Her energy is high. She's a great leader, so I'm excited for her this weekend. She's definitely one of our highlights. I also am very excited for Kate Matriciano. Kate has had a phenomenal season in her progression in the shot put, so I'm very excited for her to see what she can do. So those are some of the veteran leadership that we have out there as far as that goes. And then kind of the flip side, the green athlete, the new athletes. We brought in some great talent. Lee Graybell is just stunning. I mean, she's the leaderboard right now in the 200. I think she'll put something just amazing out there, and also in the 60, I believe she'll be in the top 3. And then Rachel Bruno, who's a veteran, going back to the veterans a little bit, Rachel's just been incredible. She's so tough. You just can call upon her to do the 2, the 4, the 4x4, and she's going to put some great numbers out there. She's extremely fit. And then Jordan Higgins has had a fantastic indoor season, is a possible point scorer for us in the 60 hurdles now, along with she'll be on that 4x4 that ran well this year. It's kind of a little bit of a mix of the blend. And then Sarah McKean, my one freshman in the triple jump. She's had a great triple jump year. And she's a little banged up there at the end of the season, but she seems to be rounding about now and getting healthy. So she's going to be in a good spot to do well in the triple, maybe sneak some points in the long. Kayla Brooks, we're looking to score 3,000 plus points and see how she does in her first multi. Sarah in the pole vault, Sarah Bourdon, has been fantastic this season. It's one of her most consistent seasons ever in the vault. So there's pieces there, as far as that goes, and I'm really excited to kind of see how they all come together. And like I said, I think it's going to be anybody's game, Bill. One thing that's going to be really important to us is our 3 relays this week, the 4x800, the DMR, and the 4x400. I think we can do quite well in all 3. We're kind of targeting those. So those are going to be a really big point contributor to our success this weekend.
And it takes a team contribution, young and old, to get that to be the result at the end of the week. It'll be an exciting Saturday and Sunday up at the Zavarovsky Dome in Edinburgh. Be sure to check out shipraiders.com throughout the weekend, and at PSACTF for the results Twitter that the conference will maintain. We'll have recaps each night on shipraiders.com. Dave-O, good luck this weekend.
Thank you. You too, Bill.